This is Trevor
And this is Ryan.
from the Black Dahlia Murder, and you're watching Rock Alarm.
You played the Wacken Festival in 2007.
Yeah, that was cool.
Do you think it's an important step for the band?
Yeah, I think that was really good, man. I think that a lot of what we need to do over here in Europe is win over the more kind of traditional, long-haired fans. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people will take a look at us and just or see that played with hardcore bands and stuff like that, and will associate us automatically with hardcore. You know, when if you listen to the record, it's pretty obvious that it's death metal, black metal, that kind of shit. So I think that was a big step in reaching to a lot of those kinds of fans, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And a huge honor for us, man. Just having that like on your list of things that you've done as a young band like us is great, man. And I had my mind blown there. Just in America, nothing like that could happen, you know what I mean? Like we have festivals, but they're very corporate, as far as the bands go. So you go there and I saw Enslaved there, you know what I mean, at a huge festival, and I look around and there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of people fucking headbanging their asses off. And it's like a dream, man, from like being a kid and just feeling like a total alien, you know what I mean, that didn't belong, and then you're like standing in this huge field and everybody's covered in mud and it's just metal, metal, metal everywhere you look. It's like, wow, man, this is definitely something cool that you don't get to experience in the States.
What about a new release of Black Dahlia Murder?
Hopefully it'll be out in the fall, like September for the CD, and we're wrapping up a DVD right now.
Oh, cool. And
that should be out a little bit before, hopefully. Yeah, so that's cool. We're excited about the DVD. It's been pretty funny so far. We just wanted to capture kind of just how it is to be in the band. You know what I mean? And just. We have a good time, and there's a lot of joking that goes around, and it's pretty funny, pretty entertaining so far. So, and the new album too. Can't reveal any title yet so far, but we're really excited, man. We have a good lineup. We've had most of the guys for a long time, and we're really comfortable playing together. I think that we're playing the best that we've ever played right now.
Do you deal with politics in your lyrics?
It's not really political, it's just about more of man's kind of instincts and acting from instincts, like violence and stuff like that, just kind of I kind of have the opinion that mankind is kind of on the downward spiral, and we're going to eventually destroy ourselves, probably through technology and shit like that, and that kind of comes out in the lyrics too. I guess that's semi-political, but not really in the way that Napalm Death is or anything like that. You know what I mean?
You had some lineup problems and on drums especially, and then John left the band on guitar, so and Ryan is the replacement, the new guy. The
change with Shannon, looking for a drummer after the guy we had, Pierre, who wasn't on any of the albums but was really good. It was our first drummer that we had that was just really, really good, really professional. But for some reason he didn't want to tour. I think maybe he just got a taste of it to see what it was like and was just like, this isn't for me. And we're still friends with him and stuff. It wasn't necessarily a bad blood situation like some of the other member changes we've had in the past. But we were looking around, and with a really high standard for who we would bring in, they had to be as good as Pierre, and be professional and take us back up to that level, because I loved playing like that, you know what I mean? Like playing super tight and being really proud of how we sounded and stuff. And Shannon is perfect for us, man. Just, he's kind of got a little bit of Dave Lombardo going on, I think, but that's one of his big influences. He plays really hard, and he just is just one of us, man. Just a cool guy, really chill. I think the hardest position to hold in these kind of bands is the drummer, man, because it takes so much physical work, so much practice, so much upkeep. And you can't listen to too many people that are telling you that you're great. You got to be cool and keep your head straight and, keep working at it. So we've had a few drummers that just wouldn't do that. You know, that weren't the right guys for the job, because shit's hard. It's hard music, man. You know, to play up our songs is a very physical challenge. You know, so it takes a lot of work. And Shannon's just that guy, man. He's really great, and you know, he's just always looking for new things to do and new fills and thinking about what he's doing and pushing himself, and that's what we've always wanted. So we know he's going to be sticking around. And then John, you know, John was always, it was always fun to have him in the band. He was always a good friend, you know, but he didn't really do a lot on the work end of things, you know what I mean? He wouldn't do any interviews, didn't really write any songs. He was just kind of coming along. And it was a hard decision because he's an old friend of ours and stuff, but it's definitely the right one, you know.
It takes a sea without a build. Stretch it to the other side. Really sure to be itself.
When we were gonna look for a guitar player, we were scared to ask any other bands that we know, because we all gossip like girls, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as they're like, oh, Black Dahlia's looking for a guitar player, they would talk to another band that's another friend of ours, and it would spread. You know, and then it would get out to the kids too. So we were very secretive. We didn't want it to leak out, and we were like, we have to calculate this move very, very carefully, because we've had so many member changes now, you know. And John is like he's been in the band a while. People identify him with our band, you know what I mean? So, you know, we just tried to do this the smoothest way possible, you know, announce that he wasn't going on the tour, and then say that we're fine, everything's cool, we got a new guy coming in, and it just seemed to go really smoothly. And you know, and a lot of our fans are also fans of artists too, you know what I mean, are familiar with them and know what we're bringing into the fold here is somebody that is a great player, you know. So it seems like instead of being bummed, most people are as excited as we are about it. What do you want to say to the kids out there?
Do you enjoy being part of the band?
Oh yeah. It's I've had so much fun, and I've always been a fan of the band, so it's really cool for me to even be able to play with the guys, and it's been really fun so far. So I'm really stoked about it.
For how long do you know them?
When I was in Arsis, we toured with them back in May, so I've kind of only known them as...
Yeah, it wasn't a super long tour or
Yeah.
anything, but,
8 or
you know,
10
we
days.
hung out, and it's cool. It seemed really cool. Arsis is an awesome band, and guitar-wise is way more technical than what we do, you know what I mean? And we knew Ryan was a cool guy from the tour and seemed really be a really great addition to the band, you know, and so, you know, we started sending him new songs, too, that we're working on, and he was returning them through the mail with solos. At no point during the transition with John have we really been scared, because, you know, we knew that we were going to step it up, you know, that Ryan was going to come in and that we're going to raise the bar, and the stuff that we're doing on the next record is going to be better than on Nocturnal, you know, and so everything's just full speed ahead right now, and it's been, aside from John abandoning us right before we were supposed to go on the tour of Canada, and we had to go as a 4-piece, and that sucked. And that was a surprise. He was telling us, you know, he was practicing with us still after we had the conversation. Please come on the tour with us. We need you. He's like, okay. So he kept coming to practice, and we were practicing. Everything seemed normal. 2 days before, he's like, guys, I'm not going to go. And totally screwed us, man. So we went as a 4-piece because we didn't want to disappoint our fans. We didn't want to, you know, and people are depending on this. This is our job, you know what I mean? Lots of people, the other bands too, you know, if we don't go on the tour, it's going to hurt the tour. So we didn't want to, you know, screw Soylent Green over and Misery Index, who are friends of ours. And so we just went, you know, and we just kind of toughed it out, and it was kind of awkward, but it was still fun.
But there was another bad thing about the Canada tour. It was that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Near the end of the tour, we were driving in like a blizzard, and we hit a patch of ice, and the trailer started to swing like this, and then we started to spin, the van and the trailer. And we went off the road. The trailer like broke off and went into the median in between the lanes.
Okay.
And we went off the road to the right, and we were like spinning and spinning, and we have all the seats taken out of our van. It's just kind of like a big futon mattress in the back, a big bed. And we were all like stretching, like put your feet on the walls and your hands on the wall and scream, ah! And we stopped spinning finally, and we didn't flip. Like I was waiting for that moment, like to start going, do-do, but luckily.
You were lucky.
Yeah, we were really lucky. And the worst thing that happened was, you know, some of the equipment got banged up, nothing too bad. Some drum stuff had to be replaced. That was the worst of it, but we really got off light as far as, you know, accidents go. Nobody got hurt, you know. The van was okay, so, you know, luckily, you know, we're in a position, because we toured so much and, you know, things are going pretty well for us, that it's not the worst thing that could happen to us, you know what I mean? Like, when you're starting out and you don't have the money to replace the trailer, you know, that hits you a lot harder.
The screen adaptation of the novel, The Black Dahlia, came onto the screens, yeah. Did you see it?
No, actually, I heard pretty early on that it was bad, and I just, you know, I'd rather not see it, you know what I mean? If it's going to be like that. I thought it was going to be like a horror movie or something, you know, that would be cool, but it wasn't really that way, you know. I think if anything, it raised awareness of how to pronounce the band name. So that was cool, you know.
Have there been mistakes?
Oh yeah, people say Dahlia, Delilah, who knows, man, all kinds of shit.
But it is Dahlia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Dahlia, but yeah, so that it helped, I think, people learn how to say the band name, which was a good thing. And you know, anything that has to do with the murder, you know, we're like kind of automatically associated with it. So it's like just any kind of press, I guess, is good press in terms of the murder. You know, there's a lot of different, you know, novels and different theories, and it's crazy, man. I think it's cool that's my favorite part about it, is that people are like obsessed with this case. You know what I mean? Like some people want to solve it so bad, like.
I think it's kind of an American Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, exactly, man. And in a way, it's kind of about the death of the American dream, you know, because it's about this young actress moves to California, you know, with big aspirations of becoming a star or something, and she gets brutally murdered, and it's never solved, you know. It's pretty intense if you know the backstory, you know. Otherwise, it just sounds like every other band name that's out now, because it has a color and you know, there's a lot of band names that are like that. But if you know the story, you know, I think it takes on a whole new life.